Okay. Can you hear me? Are you there?
Make sure your audio is working this time.
My audio's working, bitch. Right?
Are you sure?
100%. We'll
Okay.
probably get flagged because I said bitch within the first 30 seconds, but whatever.
Well, no, because you sound like you did the last time your audio wasn't working, so I gotta make
Are you
sure.
sure? Because I'm looking at it and it's monitoring and it looks pretty and shit.
I'm
Okay?
just telling you, I can barely understand you, homie.
That's your ears, dog. Your ears is fucked up.
All right, either way.
Or, Mr. Fancy over here with your Bluetooth earphones. Too cool for everybody.
Goddamn right. Keeps me from getting that fucking gamer head.
Whatever. Welcome back, everyone. We missed you. This is another episode of Chillin' Vanilla podcast, obviously, because you're here and whatnot. But yeah,
You saw the intro.
yeah, you saw the intro. You waited through the whole intro, probably. So yeah, we're back. What are we reviewing today?
We are doing Mob Psycho Season 3, finally.
Oh,
We've got, if you haven't seen our previous episodes over Season 1 and 2, watch those. YouTube, Chill Vanilla Podcast, or audio episodes, anchor.fm/Chill Vanilla 5. That'll take you to like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that shit. Usually, at the end of May, we'll be back to being live on Twitch, twitch.tv/chillvanilla5, 7:30 p.m. every Wednesday, Central Standard Time. Hang out with us, join us. We'll talk to you at the same time that we're talking about anime. But for
indeed.
now, we are on the YouTube only for a little while.
It's okay. It's all good. It's okay. No problems.
So,
Yeah.
Mob Psycho, last season, I think.
Yeah, last season question mark. As far as I'm
Seems like
understanding,
they wrapped it up.
yeah, as far as I'm understanding, it's the last season. Um, but we once again join our good buddy Mob, good old Shigeo, and his wonderful adventures of trying to maintain a normal life as a middle school student, whilst also being probably the most powerful psychic being in the universe. So, yeah, let's get into this bitch. I just like that.
Yes.
I think the word of the day is gonna be bitch. It just rolls off the
Bitch.
tongue so well, right? Like bitch, like
There's a lot of other words I can think of that roll off a little better, but I'm
I
not gonna
mean,
say
yeah,
them.
yeah, of course, but bitch. You can stretch. Anyways, I digress. Let's get into some character development here. Not so much character design and all that shit. We've been here. We know what we're getting into.
Well, we're pretty much skipping animation because it's the same as all the other seasons. It's just fucking
Exactly.
great.
Yeah. We don't need to worry about
Explosions,
animation.
psychic powers,
Yeah.
everything
Good
you could
use
hope for.
of good use of.
I think Michael Bay directed this season.
Holy shit! Yeah. But yeah, character development. There was a lot of it this season. It's a pretty fucking good amount of it. I would say that the primary character development arcs were from uh, Dimple, primarily Dimple for me.
Yeah,
I mean, we already knew that like he still wants to be evil, but like he ain't about that life no more. Like he just needs to hang it up. But yeah, I'd say Dimple would be number one, followed very closely by Mob, followed even closer by Regan, just because the
no,
ending
him.
there.
Yeah, especially at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah. I mean, we already know he's a good dude, but yeah, I
Spoiler
appreciate
alert.
it. Yeah, I appreciate what he did. Yeah, spoilers. You know the drill. It's us. Come on now. But yeah, as far as character development is concerned, with Dimple, kind
I
of
guess go over like his whole arc.
so his whole arc, like
That
he
whole.
was evil. He got almost exorcised by Mob. Just almost got hit with the flick of the wrist. Ooh, like, but he was spared and ended up like acting like a bad guy, like continuing to act like a bad guy. Of course, understanding the concept of Mob could kill him at any point in time. His goal was to like regain all of his former power.
He wanted to be a god.
He wanted to be a god. He had multiple opportunities to do so. At one point, I believe he did manage to take over Mob's body in what, season one? Season one or two? I think season two. I don't think he got it. Yeah, I think it was two. Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, he's experienced like ridiculous power, and at a certain point, he was like, "Fuck it, I'm not really worried about that all that much." But Mob and gang became really complacent with him being around and didn't really listen to him anymore. And so like he wanted attention. So at the end of season two, this giant like fucking broccoli of doom sprouted.
It's the Erd tree.
World tree magic. It's all I thought of from Black Clover. But yeah, this big ass fucking broccoli that's like, I don't know, 20 stories tall. It's fucking huge. Anyways, Dimple decided that he was going to use that to mind control everybody into praising the helmet god.
Psycho helmet.
Yeah, Psycho helmet.
That one that they started from season one.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah, it's grown in popularity across the world. One of the main points of season two was like, oh, you know, the cult leader that they were trying to create to be like, he's the true leader for, you know, the Psycho helmet shit, right? And that continues on in this season. And what ends up happening is that Mob believes that he's becoming popular. And so he's like, I can do this. And it's like, do you really want to, though? And he's like, not really. So yeah, there's a whole rigmarole between Dimple and Mob ends up going, you know what, whatever, bro. Like, I'm gonna do me, fuck off, basically. And that boy Dimple took that shit personally. So he was like, all right, cool, bet. And so he ended up subversing everybody and doing some like back end like Loki type shit and brainwashed the entire like fucking city, or the entirety of Japan at one point. It went from just a little city to all of Japan, and all because he wanted Senpai to notice him. The grand scheme of things.
He wanted his friend to listen to him.
Yeah, please just listen to me, bro. Is literally what that boiled down to.
That's what Mob kind of got out of it and was like, oh, I wasn't listening to you. I was being a bad friend. And
yeah.
Then it all ended. They were fighting for a little while. He was trying to kill Mob or whatever.
And then Mob realized before he like snapped fully, he was like, oh wait, no. Oh, you're just looking for you're attention seeking. You took over an entire fucking country because you're attention seeking.
Yeah, he should have just exercised his ass at the beginning of the show. I will say his godly form.
Holy shit, that was dope.
Was just ridiculous. The whole first half of the season with the funniest shit about the first half of the season was when they like did that little expression from Mob when he was feeling all confident. Fucking Chad look. He's got the super big ass chin and the defined jawline, and
I'm sure people listening understand or know the meme, the handsome Squidward. That's basically Mob's face for like 4 episodes.
They drew it like that for several episodes when he was.
It's fucking great.
Extra confident. Yeah, I appreciated that a lot. Like that's just one of those things that no dialogue or writing's gonna.
Exactly. There's nothing that's gonna articulate that properly.
Especially because of how like timid and humble his character is.
Yeah, you know, it's like he sits there and he's like, wait, I have talked to a bunch of girls today. Am I popular? So stupid. Yeah, an instant handsome Squidward. Oh, it's too good. Yeah, but I'm so glad they brought back a lot of the gorgeous animation for the fight sequences, because Dimple protecting Mob after he passed out for like a solid like 5 minutes of just eyegasm. Yeah, that was great. Oh man, just all of the quick beautiful lines. Think of have you watched One Punch Man?
I've seen stuff because it's so popular, but I haven't actually sat down and watched the thing.
Like the last fight with the like dude that came from space. I got those vibes where it's like, holy shit, this is beyond over the top. And that's exactly what was going on here with at least that fight. That's the best fight for me of the entire show because the rest of them are kind of like towards the end where it's just everybody trying to stop Mob. So
Hey, it would still look good though.
I mean, yeah, it
When
was
he
still
fought
dope.
what's his name? The guy, the big bad from season 2. When he
Oh,
fought him
Homeboy's
again.
dad, yeah,
Yeah, I
and
forget his
waxed that
name, but
motherfucker. Like
he was smoking him.
Homeboy got dusted. Yeah, I forget his name. It shows dad. That's all I've ever called him. It shows dad.
So either way, Dimple's character development was good. I mean, like he's still his true self as far as like wanting to do bad shit, but then
Yeah,
at the end he kind of just realized, what am I doing it all for anyways? And
yeah. What am I doing this for? But for people to like me. I already
being a
have a
god's not as
friend.
fun as I thought it would be.
Yeah, he's like
No.
I really just want like people to
And
notice
he
me,
flew
and
the
I have a
broccoli
good
away.
friend. Yeah, he pulled a Hitchhiker's Guide and was like, "Thanks for all the fish with the damn broccoli." So, um, the character development for Mob was a ride, to say the least, because obviously we have the super popular handsome Squidward phase, and then we have the self doubting again, and then we have the move to um all the shit with the UFOs and shit. We have
That
that.
was like what, one episode or something? Like
That was a
that little
wild
winter
ass
break
fucking
arc.
episode.
It was just like a halftime episode, but it
That was
was
such a
funny.
dope ass like filler episode. It was like, okay.
The fuck? I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting them to actually bring some ugly ass
The
aliens into the
fucking
show.
creepy goddamn anime eyes of the aliens. I was like, I want nothing to do with this.
Well, and then what? That one kid, the one kid got left with them in the spaceship
Oh
when they left.
yeah.
They did his whole little journey, in the 5-minute journey at the end.
At the end in the credits. I was like, this is just this is a flex of an episode. It's just like, hey, we can do some random shit, throw it together for 22 minutes, and you're still gonna enjoy the fuck out of it. That's exactly what that episode was. It was enjoyable still. And then like bringing it up like later on of like he's still like got the alien power from being
Yeah.
with them for so long. So stupid. Um, but yeah,
And
like
then back
his
to the serious after that.
yeah, back to the serious shit after that. And it's like, okay, weird loop, but I'll take it. The him having to accept himself thing is probably as on the nose, uh
For his character.
yeah, for his character as it gets, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Well,
I
yeah. So
almost cried like twice for this motherfucker because I'm like, no, not
damn.
best boy, bro. It's best boy, dog.
Okay.
Until we watch
Well,
Ranking of Kings and somehow he gets knocked down from being best boy, he is best boy. Okay, Mom is the fucking best. Okay, what anybody says.
oh, okay. Either way. Well, the second half of the show is basically, I guess, finishing out him, fighting with himself and his emotions, and you kind of finally, because I know someone was shitting on me, I think, at the end of the season 2 episode about the real big bad of season 2. I was like, oh, what? I don't know what's gonna come next. Well, I guess the real big bad was himself
Of course,
in the end, which they,
it makes
which,
sense
like you
because what the
said,
fuck
it
is stronger
makes
than him?
sense,
Yeah,
and I appreciate it because I don't feel like there would have been a good way to bring in another like true bad guy, like some other psychic. It's like, at a certain point, it's kind of just repeating itself over and
yeah,
over. And I'm glad they didn't do that.
yeah.
So I appreciate that, like you said, it fits his character, that it ends up being himself. But then at the same time, even if they didn't do that, I would have probably been bored.
I would have been bored or upset at the fact that they basically pulled a Soul Eater and just kind of ruined it at the end.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I like how it ended up. We got to see the him battling himself thing made it to where we got to see the development of other characters as well. And like how
Yeah.
much they give a shit
Like
about him.
Reagan.
Yeah, like how deeply they give a shit about this character and that they're willing to basically die to save him from himself. But the only person that can save him from himself is him, obviously. So that was cool to see.
Well, yeah, and now as he might be best boy for you, but he's definitely the hardest friend zone I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Yeah,
Homegirl
damn.
waited for him
She waited through the
through a
apocalypse,
tornado
bro.
and then said, "Nah, we're just friends."
She
I didn't.
waited through the
You're like a brother to me.
apocalypse and hit
Yeah,
his
it's
ass
like,
with the "I've never seen you in that way, dog." When my
yeah.
man's came back immediately with the flower, I was like, okay, hopefully she just said no.
And
Well,
I expected her to not to take him because I was like, they
100%.
haven't built that at all.
Yeah,
But
and he
at the
said it
same
himself.
time,
He's like, we haven't really talked, and we've kind of drifted apart over the years.
yeah, homeboy got hard friend zone, the hardest friend zone you can have. Like, oh, I care about you enough to wait through the end of the world tornado, but
That shit was
we're just
ridiculous.
friends.
Yeah, I was like, I figured that was what was gonna happen,
You'd
but the
be a
way
great
she
husband. You're
did
such a
that,
nice guy, but
yeah. Oh my god, I wish I could just find a guy like you. I'm right here, type shit. Like that's exactly what that was. Oh my god, my man said he had the smile on his face. It's like, nope, she
it's
rejected me. It's okay. And
but
then he started
Pablo
crying,
got
and then
plenty
I
other
was
girls
like,
that
no.
would fit his style more.
Oh, 100%. I wanted to get with the journalist chick. Like she's cool as shit.
Yeah, I feel like that would have been a good one because
And she joined the fucking body
telepathy
improvement
club
club.
president girl is a little weird.
She's too bossy. And she's graduating anyway. So, but yeah, the journalism chick joined the fucking body improvement club, right?
Yeah,
So like they're actually like he's noticed her and they're actually like connecting. And I'm like, her, get with her. Fuck Samomi. Like,
yeah, yeah. You don't need that.
crushing my boy's heart like that. How dare you?
Yeah, I mean, there's not there's not a lot more to say other than what we have. It's like it's just they did a good job wrapping up a lot of the characters. Like, so they wrapped up Dimple as far as like he got what he wanted in the end of what
Yeah,
his like
he got what he
dream was, but
wanted
then
and
he
he
realized
realized it's not
yeah,
really
it
what he
was nothing.
needed. Yeah. It was hollow.
Mob's brothers kind of got wrapped up too because he, his whole thing was not being able to talk to Mob and him not wanting Mob to hold everything in
I
and
think I think Riku's
opening
thing
up.
I think Riku's thing primarily was that he felt like he could never Ritsu or Riku? Ritsu, got you.
Riku, motherfucker, you
Did you die, bitch? Yeah, I think his thing was more so not so much that like he felt distant from his brother, but like he just wanted to have Mob feel accepted, and that's something that he kept trying to do. And then he
and not hold his
realized,
emotions
yeah,
in,
not hold his emotions in, and like you can talk to me, you can share yourself with me. I'm here to help support you, and you see in that, and whenever they fight, like that's still not what he needs, and it's like, what the fuck does he need then? Like, right?
Well,
But
he just
the
needed
fact
everyone
that,
to confess.
yeah, but the fact that Ritsu is like, oh, I get it now. Do you, dog? Like, figure it out yourself. Like, hey, nobody else is gonna be able to figure this shit out. That was kind of good to see that he finally understood, and he even said, he's like, I'm no longer afraid of you because I shouldn't be because this is part of you. Like, the fact that if he gets knocked unconscious, the world basically is on the verge of ending is terrifying.
Well, dude, I was confused for a second because he got hit by the car, and I was like, and then it started doing that shit. I was like, well, goddamn, that set him off. Shit.
When he got hit by the car and then there was a crater out of nowhere, I was like, he's sleepwalking. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that.
Rest of the season took like 50 bitch slaps and 100 buildings thrown into for him to explode, and then this time it's just one fucking car because of a girl. That's what girls do to you, I guess.
My man said, I'm about to be late. Nah, chief. Like, nah, hell no. Yeah, Ritsu, I liked how he kind of came to that realization. Blonde hair boy. Oh, what the fuck's his name again? Oh. Blonde hair boy. Yeah, Hanazawa. There we go. I almost said Kamazawa, and so I was like, wait, let me make sure I'm getting this right. Yeah, Hanazawa. I like that he kept regularly going, look, chief. Like, I'm just trying to be here for you, dog. Like, I'm your bro, fam. I'm your bro. We've been through some shit, dog. Like,
funniest part, by the time Mob kind of finished fucking with him and fighting him, he ended up in that same state he was the first time they fought.
Oh my god. With the hair, yeah, bald head. He was bucket head ass naked. I was just like, damn, bro, you can't keep doing my mans like this.
Did him dirty. And then obviously they kind of finished out Reagan's kind of thing where he finally admitted to Mob that he didn't have powers and then he was lying.
And
And
he's a big ass
I
fraud.
thought they were going to pull a fast one on us for a second when he was holding Mob off.
I had a feeling.
And then Dimple was in him. Well, see, that the nice thing is the nice way they did that is because they did that a lot in like the first two seasons where Dimple would, go into people without powers in order to make stories fit a little better.
Yeah.
But then they didn't do it like all the rest of the last season, and then just until the end, they're like, "Yeah, you forgot about this," because I did. I wasn't expecting it at that point in the story. And then all of a sudden, it's Dimple.
They did a good job of like making it seem like he was never coming back because he still was gone for so long. So it's like, oh fuck, maybe he died. Like, and so I was like, I feel like he'll be back though. Just in,
I didn't think he
passing.
died just because they don't kill anyone in this show.
Yeah, no, nobody actually dies.
Yeah,
but yeah, I was like, well,
family friendly.
Which I find hilarious because it's the same creator, same studio that did One Punch. So I'm like, everything dies in that show. So what the fuck?
It was the family-friendly version.
It's the kid, exactly.
Bowl cut One Punch Man is family friendly. You didn't know?
Oh my god. Yeah, but I'll just say overall story. I mean, there's nothing really to go over story wise. This is more wrapping up the story. It's the final arc, final act, the final coming together of his character. Really, the need for him to like look inward and realize, hey, dog, you can't run away from like the quote unquote scary parts about yourself. Just fucking embrace that shit. It's still you. So I like that they did the like the more you know without making it super cheesy. Like it was dope. Made sense. Like at the end of the day, because that's something that he's been battling with from the get go. So it's like, okay, you finally resolved that shit, and he's growing. We've been watching him grow and like do more things that he would normally not do in his like super shut off and like scared nature. So it was good. I loved it.
Did you see Mob's screensaver?
Yeah, on his phone.
One Punch Man.
It's like the third time they've done that. Should just sneak it in randomly. Like...
That's the first time I caught it. I didn't realize if it's happened before, I didn't catch it the other time.
I think they do it at least once per season. It'll be snuck in there. Like
Mob Psycho is a prequel to One Punch Man. It's his school years.
No, oh god, no.
He went balls real fast.
They're just in the same universe. Like I'm surprised that he didn't show up like out of nowhere. You see him flying and the tornadoes going off.
Mob Psycho One Punch Man fight.
Oh my god.
It's like Batman versus Superman, baby.
That would be terrifying. Oh god.
It'd be the end of the world.
That. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't want that. Like if they're gonna do that, should go to the moon or some shit, dog. Like I don't want that. You can call them aliens. So sit there and be like, hey, we need a planet we can find and they won't kill anything. Like
see that girl over there? She friend zoned me. Let's go fight by her house.
Let's level that bitch. All right, let's wrap this shit up. Overalls.
Yes.
Let's see. Overall, I would say this is a good ending for a really fucking good show. I love that they didn't try to make him grow up, like be an adult and be put in adult situations. Like he's just a really powerful kid that has to deal with some other really powerful motherfuckers sometimes. He tries to maintain like, hey, I really don't want to do this, but you're kind of forcing my hand here. And I love that, you said multiple times, his final boss per se was himself, which makes sense. Because again, what the fuck is gonna beat him?
Ain't nobody.
Not a man, not a one. So yeah, it's good to see that he was able to get to his own resolution. That shit hurt my heart watching my boy get rejected like that and him cry about it. I was like, nah, dog, don't do this. Don't do it, fam.
You got there's other hoes out there waiting
whole
for
ass, bro.
They've been talking to you all season. You didn't notice.
You ain't know, dog. Yeah, overall, outstanding like conclusion to a really fucking good show. I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10. I want to go with a 9. there's nothing to really complain about with the show. The only real complaint is nobody dies. So that's it. Like that's really it. That's all it got is nobody dies. The pacing for all 3 seasons, great. The pace or the animation for all 3 seasons, it's Studio Bones, great. The fucking character development for all 3 seasons, great. So it's like, what else is to do there? Like,
Yeah, no, I agree. Animation's great. The fights are great. Characters are great, like we talked about. I liked how they wrapped pretty much everybody up. I didn't feel like there was any loose ends
yeah,
that mattered if there was, but
yeah.
like
That
at
were, that
least
were
all the main
genuinely like,
people.
okay, but why? Like the only real loose end is like, who the fuck paid for all that damage?
So I guess, well, no, because Reagan was saying at the end they were going to get all the psychics together to put the
Yeah,
buildings
put the
back together.
buildings back. Yeah,
But yeah, no, there wasn't really any loose ends for anything. I liked how they didn't get stuck in that we got to keep making more and more powerful enemies.
yeah.
I don't I because sometimes shows get into that where it's like, well, we got to up ourselves now, or it won't feel like there's anything
Yeah,
at stake.
it's like who's the big bad of the week kind of thing, and it's
Yeah,
like this isn't really a shonen per se, so it wouldn't make any sense to make it
I
give
liked
him
how they got away from that.
especially to give him another big bad that with that few episodes left, it wouldn't have made any sense. It would have been so rushed. So
Yeah, so I like the way they went with everything as far as the writing, the animations were fucking great, and it's just a great show. Now, I will say I had to watch most of it in English because my verb was being weird, and Funimation only had it in English that I saw, and so, but either I had a really big bias already towards the show, which is true, but I didn't. It actually, this one didn't bother me.
as far as the
Usually
dub,
the yeah, usually the
yeah,
dub bothers me, but this one was fine. So
yeah, the dub was pretty
yeah, I'm
fucking
gonna go
solid.
9 out of 10 too. Same. I think season one I did 10 out of 10. Season two I did 9, and this one 9. And season 2 and 3, the only things I had complained about was like nobody
Nobody
died.
dies. Yep.
There could have been
It's
somebody they could have easily that deserved it, but
I mean, think about it.
at the
Fucking
same time, it's almost like that. It's almost like that Naruto shit where it's like, we you can be friends, you can repent. It's like that
yeah,
is, but that is Mob's character, so I get it
yeah.
why nobody died, but at the same time, there's some bitches that deserve to
Like
die.
the only thing that he gives a shit about killing are spirits and exercising spirits. That's it. He doesn't give a fuck about people. He's not going to kill anybody. That's just kind of that's his code. He's not gonna kill anyone. He'll beat the shit out of them, but he's not gonna kill him whole ass Batman style. So
Yeah, well, it's a good show, great
yeah,
show. Highly
highly
recommended to
recommended.
watch.
Yep.
If you're watching this and you haven't watched any of it, then you're fucking up because now
Yeah.
it's all spoiled.
Almost spoiled.
But
Unfortunate. It's like reading the
that's
last
it.
couple of like sentences in a book. Don't do that shit. The fuck? Weird ass shit. But yeah, we're gonna wrap things up here. Hit them with the pluggables.
The pluggables.
Yeah, yeah.
Chill Vanilla Podcast, if you ain't figured that out yet, on YouTube. Check it out. We have all of our episodes posted there, video version. Audio version is anchor.fm/chillvanilla5 that you can listen on Anchor, or it'll link you to Spotify, Apple Podcast, a bunch of the popular ones. And then usually at the end of May, we should be back live on Twitch every Wednesday, 7:30 Central Standard Time. Come check us out. Twitch.tv/chillvanilla5. Everything's chillvanilla5 because keep it consistent. There is if you're watching on videos, there's a QR code below me, I believe,
Yep.
that links you to social medias and all the other shit I just said.
All the shit. All the things.
Check us out. Let us know if there's any animes you guys want us to watch.
Yep.
We've got lists, but we'll get to things eventually. And even if it's a small one, we want to do it all. We're not just doing the big shit. We're doing it all.
That's right.
We're trying to. So
We'll
even
get
if
there.
it's like 5 people have watched an anime, we'll make it 7.
We'll make it 7. All right. You're gonna fucking watch it too, and then make it 8.
Unless it's like Token Rambu. If it's as bad as Token Rambu, don't tell us.
Oh, God, I was trying really, really hard to not bring that piece of shit up and like just ruin my night.
I have to every time. It's
God damn it! Yeah, it's got to be a thing. It needs to be said. We need to make it a PSA. Fuck Token Ranbu. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here and let y'all go on about your whatever the fuck day, night, whatever.
Hit that like button, subscribe.
Smash that shit. Yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Later.